here we are today at Sandy Haven. The next section of the walk I'll be walking is from Sandy Haven to Neyland. It's Wimbledon final day, but hopefully we will do this section as quickly as possible, see if we can get back in time, but who knows. It's quite a long section. We've got about 10 miles to walk. We're going to go down to the sea in a moment. I think the tide is in, but luckily we are on the right side of Sandy Haven. We don't have to cross the estuary or the river today. So off we go. We can see that the water is in, and we absolutely could not cross that today. So we crossed it at the right time before. Fairly overgrown path. It looks as though it has been cut back a bit, which is great, because I did suffer a bit from the previous walk from tick bites, but it looks as though they've cut this back now, which is great. Steps down to the coast there, and then we're now walking through a caravan site. So goodbye to Sandy Haven. A beautiful haven it is, and onto the coast path towards Neyland. We've got a very calm sea in front of us. It looks like a mill pond at Milford Haven. We've got blue skies and blue sea. Going along this coast line, you can see all the various forts that have been built, probably from Napoleonic times onwards, to guard Milford and this part of the country. So you've got the island there with the fort on, and you have another island coming around here, which I think is Stack Rock's fort. So this area is full of naval history, and there were many men posted here. We can now see Milford in a completely new light when we turn the corner. No longer is it a naval town, but it on a sunny day like today looks more like the French Riviera with the yachts and the Marina. A completely different focus of leisure rather than military. The path is quite overgrown. It looks as though it has been cut once, but we've had so much rain. We've still got fairly long grass, but this is a lovely section. I've never walked this section before, and the sea is stunning blue today. And here we are in fort country. Forts all over the place. So a fort coming up to my left. We've got another fort in the sea, and you can't see it, but there is also a fort on the headland. I think these are all Napoleonic war time and later forts, and they would have garrisoned a substantial amount of men. We're now coming into the area of Milford Haven oil and gas refinery, so we have no drone zones, new types of signs that we now see, plus we've got private property, danger, keep out. So I think when we turn the corner in a moment, there'll be a very different industrial landscape before us. So here we can see, hopefully you can see that, the jetties coming into the refinery and the tall chimneys in the distance, and a fair few number of tankers and boats out by the jetties. So contrast that, the jetties, with just to my right, the old garrison forts. So we have one there and then one in the distance. So out with the old and in with the new. And here we are down on the coastline, and you can see the jetty. This will be for the natural gas coming in, the liquid gas comes in on this jetty, and we actually walk right under the jetty. So we can see the industrialisation at first hand on the coast path. I think at some point it stops being the Pembrokeshire Coast National Park, and we walk an area outside it and then get back onto it at a later point in the walk. So here we go, under the jetty. It's actually very sandy here. It's very, very dry sand. It's quite difficult to walk. Coming down now into Milford, we've got a fort right in front of us, covered in ivy. Apparently had some 250 men stationed there. We are now on a tarmac road with houses on our left. Just going past the Pembrokeshire Yacht Club. It says visitors welcome. Not that I'm going to pop in there today. Just seen some people swimming. They said the water is fairly warm today. As you can see, stand here, absolutely no waves. It's as still as a mill pond today. So we are in Milford. Actually quite a good day for a swim, but again I don't think I've got time to have a swim either. We'll carry on now up this tarmac road. We might be taking a bit of a shortcut. Let's go up this path here. And we're going away from the coast for a bit because the path doesn't go round that bit of the coast. We just stopped at a house and the man mowing his lawn, he said, well, he wouldn't bother with this bit of the walk because it goes inland a long way and he tells people to get the bus, but we're not doing that. We're going to walk every step of the way because the whole idea is to walk the whole 186 miles. We're now going on an interesting detour. We bumped into somebody who's told us that the dock gate is currently closed and that we can walk across the dock gate, which is nearer the coast than going right through Milford town. So we're going to have a go at this. We're walking down, keeping on the coast at the moment, and then round and across the water hopefully on the dock gate. He said it's quite alright and you're allowed to do that as long as it's closed, and it's closed at the moment. We're now coming to Milford dock gates. You can see that the gates have just opened here to let a small craft through. These swing open shut, and the blue one here hopefully is shut and we can walk across it, otherwise we're stuck.
There'll be a green light.
This one has been open but is now shut. And oh look, we've got pedestrian lights and everything. Is it green? Locks are liable to movement 24 hours a day, and we've got pedestrian here, and it looks pretty shut to me, so let's go across. So this has been quite an interesting way to get across. Thank goodness the guy that we bumped into, it was right what he said. It looks as though that boat's also just been through as well. I'm standing in front of a map of Milford Haven. You are here. We can see very clearly Hamilton Terrace, and it was William Hamilton that designed and built Milford. It is built on a grid system. You can see that very clearly. It's the square streets. It was thriving in the late 18th, 19th centuries, but now I think most of the activity has moved to Milford Marina. I think the high street is now struggling, but we've now got lots of businesses, restaurants down by the yachts, and it has a new area in Milford as being, I think, on a sunny day, it's like the French Riviera. It could be quite beautiful with all the boats, and then the restaurants are sitting outside. So here we are, a plethora of yachts in the marina. There's restaurants and cafes all around. People are out today. And then, as it were, old Milford up on the hill with the grid-shaped streets, church, looking down on the waterfront. The Georgian buildings. I said it was built around 1790. We've now come out at Pill. Sorry, Castle Pill. Where's the castle?
apparently it's over the other side of the bridge. I'm not.
You can't see it, right?
I've never been up that way. I don't think there's anything left of it.
Anything left? Okay, but it's obviously
now, the tide is on the way out.
Yes.
So you will soon, if you can't now, be able to walk round and up just before the bridge.
Right. So you can actually get up onto the bridge.
Yes.
Here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to try it, folks?
Yeah, okay.
You said the tide's on the way out.
Yeah.
And we should be able to, if we can't the second walk round, I think you can practically walk round, you can see and just pop up on the bridge.
Yeah, it's still going out, so the only point you may have difficulty with, there's an old slip to the left, which used to be a boat yard.
Right.
For boat makers. The tide is almost to the end of it now.
Yeah.
And it won't take long. And you might see the mackerel and mullet as you go round as well.
Okay.
The mackerel were just chasing whitebait.
Oh yeah.
Just like very close in.
Oh, we saw them. Yeah, I saw them in the
Yeah,
ripples,
and there's a load of fairly big mullets. That sort of size. Yeah.
Wow, and the swans there as well.
Swans have got 4 youngsters too.
Have they?
Yeah.
Okay.
They came up the other day and I was held up for about 20 minutes. They wouldn't let me go past. And if he says no, it's no.
Yeah,
They can be
absolutely.
vicious.
Yeah, they can, yeah. Okay.
So it's not difficult really.
So we're going to be intrepid and have a go at walking round on the shore edge. We are told by local that absolutely the tide is going out. So we should be able to do this. And we may have to wait for it to go out a bit more around the corner, but let's see what happens. A bit muddy here, and we don't actually know what the other route is anyway, so let's see what happens. He says there's lots of mackerel in the sea. So I've got to be careful going along here. It's quite slippery. Just going over the bridge. And we've just come to a family of cygnets. We've got the male and female swan here and 4 cygnets. They're rather beautiful. I wouldn't like to go near that male though. I'm sure he'll be very protective of his family. And that's where we've just walked along this side of the river and up those steps, and now we're crossing the bridge. The other side. We are going up the little inlet by Castle Pill, a turnip path, so that we're not walking on the road, and we've stopped now. This bank in front of us is where the original castle stood. There will be ditches and ramparts underneath all of those trees, so this is the castle of the Castle Pill, and then we're carrying on in up through the woods here, and eventually we'll come out on the road. We've now got the industrial landscape in front of us again, wind turbines and big tanks of probably gas, and I thought I'd put my camera on again just to show you these fantastic thistles. Beautiful example of thistles. They're everywhere through this field. Really good thistles. Everywhere you look at that. Thistles everywhere, really high. I'm sure Eeyore would love this field. We're now going through what feels like the jungle. We're deep into a forest from those fields. Streams either side. We've got the refinery just a few hundred metres away, but we feel in the middle of nowhere, certainly here. Deep undergrowth. We haven't been on the coast for a while now, but hopefully we will get to it again at some point. Here we're going through trees and marshy swamps, and there's lots and lots of bridges. It's a good thing that the path does go through here. We have got a path. Otherwise I think we'd find it very difficult. We'd probably need a machete to get through this lot. We're now out in the open, out of the wood. There's some more wood coming up. I can see that this has been cut back, thank goodness. The grass is very long, but there has been a cut back of the path at some point, which is a good thing. Certainly the last stretch of walk we did the previous month, the bracken was extremely overgrown, and I did actually get bitten by a tick, which wasn't wonderful at all. So you do need to be careful of that. Lots of signs everywhere. There's a danger of death sign there, solar panels, and we've got signs saying no unauthorised access. So to the left we've got the refinery, and to the right, just on top of the hill there, we've got the chimneys. So walking along the edge of this perimeter fence, and we can see to our left also the wind turbines going round. Quite an interesting walk. And you can see in front of me they have actually cut the path. As I said, thank goodness. Otherwise this grass would be very long. So here we are up on the hill looking over Milford and the jetties, and then we're looking, my fellow walkers, towards Pembroke and over there where we're stopping today, Neyland, which will be round the corner in a moment. Here we are. There's Helen standing in a bridge going over the pipes. We can't see the pipes now, they're actually cordoned off, and we're walking right across the top of the pipes on a special bridge. It's a shame that we can't actually see the pipes, never mind. There we go. So you can see the pipes that we've just walked over, going underneath, and this is a highly secure area again, lots of cameras and CCTV over the pipes. This time we can see where we're going. Gosh, we're really high up. Oh, you can see right down through here, and you can see all the pipes going along from the ships, and we've got to go down steps and across. So this feels really dodgy. It better be all right. So we're just getting over this. Look, we've got a rusty bit now.
Oh no!
Look, this is a bit scary. Just keep going, will you? Just keep going, don't stop. Oh. Yeah. And it's moving as well.
Oh no!
We've got planks, I suppose. I don't know if we're scared. Do we go on the planks? I don't know. Is that what the planks are for? I don't know. Let's get across this bit. We've now come out of the woods and the undergrowth and are at Hazel Beach, and we can see on the right Ferry House Inn, so I guess this is where the ferry used to go to before the bridge was built. Another boating club, Hazel Beach Boating Club, quite a good car park here actually, with toilets, and toilets that are still open, and it looks as though it may be a free car park as well. And we're parked up by the Marina, so we've got to walk round to the Marina, but nice view again across the water. And you can see the bridge high up going across the River Cleddau, and we'll be doing that section tomorrow, walking across that bridge. We're just passing Llanstadwell Church, a very pretty church sat on the edge of the coast. Obviously been here a long time, and it's been very pretty along this lane, a quiet backwater, but there's some lovely old cottages looking over the water. Just coming into Neyland now, and it's carnival day in Neyland. You can see the bunting out everywhere. Hopefully we won't get caught up in the carnival. But it's all very pretty. Lots of flowers out. Coming down now to the waterfront. Looks as though we're taking a shortcut right across. Somewhere down here is the statue of Isambard Kingdom Brunel, which I will show you in a moment. So we all seem to be into shortcuts at this time of the day. There's an old anchor. And there's Isambard, brilliant name. And he's wearing his top hat, which was his trademark. So I think he was quite short, but this made him quite a lot taller. And you can see the bridge going over the Daugleddau beyond, the modern bridge. So here we are, here's Isambard with his ideas that Neyland was going to be the centre of the transatlantic passenger trade. It says here, dates of birth are 1806 to 1859. He was fairly young when he died. And he's holding a ship, which I guess is the Great Eastern. The Great Western being in Bristol. And he's holding a steam train as well, because there's going to be a major terminal for going over to America. So just a short walk now, and we'll be at Neyland Marina, which will be the end of our walk for today.